PodJack95. We're on podcast number 12 now. Pat, I'm going to let you introduce yourself to everyone from here, because you know more about you than I know about you.
Why don't you know more about me then? I can't understand that. I've known your dad for years. I knew you as a child. I haven't really. I'm joking. And your brother I've known as a child.
Yeah.
My name is Patrick Silke. I live here in Kingsbury in Tamworth. Lived here for many, many years. Job-wise, still do the day job. I'm an immigration officer, border force officer at Birmingham Airport.
Yeah.
Still am 3 days a week. I was at Heathrow. So yeah, that's me at the moment. I won't give my age away. I'd rather not, to be fair. That's going to be personal. But yeah, that's for me at the moment. That's me at the moment.
What's the obviously working in the airports? Has it been going has it been a bit weird over the last few months?
It's empty, completely
Is
empty.
It empty?
It's waiting. It's a bit surreal actually, because when you walk in there, because I'm actually still not working there, because what I'm doing at the moment, and I'm actually a negotiator now for the trade union PCS. So what I do now, I head up the PCS and protecting all the members that we have, and I look after our representatives that run across the Midlands region. So I haven't been doing any sort of work as such.
No.
With the pandemic on, I've been the union, talking to management through all this, really. That's what I've been doing. But that's why I've been going over to the airport. And the saddest thing is when you go through security, that you go and you pass the morgue, which apparently is empty at the moment. So it was busy. The morgue at the airport. So that's sad to see. And it does bring it home. Mm-hmm. Does bring it home, the actual realism of the situation.
Do you ever, I don't suppose you get an insight of when people are allowed to go on holidays, do you? Do you know more than us?
No. I mean, there is plans to get things back to normal. Flights have been coming in and out, but there's nothing. Nothing really. But we'll see what happens. There's nothing set in stone yet as to.
I've got a holiday to France in October. I'm hoping I can go.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you're gonna have to. I don't know what the plans are for the airlines.
No.
Are they going to socially distance? Are they going to have to wear face masks?
That was what I thought.
I think there'll be less people on the flights, I suspect. But the flights are still coming in. But I think there's quarantine going on from the government.
Yeah.
They put through, but I won't go part of political and government. I'll end up.
No, we don't want to. Yeah, that's not. We'll get away from that. Talk about this whole Corona thing. Yeah. That's not what we're here to talk about anyway.
No, we're not.
You're not just working in the airports. You're trying to do something else, aren't you?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, for the last, let's have a look now. I'm just trying. It's only been the last 4 years, really, that I've been an actor now for the last 4 years in a very short period of time, and I've done quite a bit. To be fair, that's because there's an old analogy that says there's something in the toy shop behind the glass, and I want it, and I've been trying to get it for the last 4 years, and it'll probably carry on for the next 4 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm an actor now, but that's what I do. Yeah, on the side now, I call it spinning plates now. So you got the day job 3 days a week.
Yeah.
And I went back to part-time to do this, to take this risk. I thought, do you know what? This, again, another saying. I love these sayings about, I didn't want to sit under a tree. I wanted to dance in the rain.
Yeah.
So that's what I do now. And that's what I've been doing. And it's a risk. But as Denzel Washington says, we've got to take risks in life.
Yeah. No point, what made you want to go there? If it was only the last 4 years, was it something you thought about? Obviously went a lot time before that. Well,
no, because when I was at work, I think, do you know what? So I want to get some extra money in, because it's not the best wages in the world that we do is immigration. But I've been there, so I thought, with extra money, what should I do? And I thought, should I do some extra work in TV and film? Mm-hmm. So I thought, great, I'll do that. And so I applied and I found out all the extra. I did my research into all the agencies. One in Manchester. There's one up in Derby, Selex. There's one in Manchester, in Liverpool. So I ended up on Coronation Street in Emmerdale, and then I got some headshots done, and I registered some agencies. The problem with extra work is, taking those programs out for a second, is that the problem with this business, you've got to be a little bit careful. I was a bit, how can I say, a little bit green, because when I registered an agency, you had to pay 90 quid up front.
Oh, okay.
You get the headshots, and they do the photographs, and then they give you work. I mean, like you said, we're in Birmingham here. We've only got doctors here, but if you're in Manchester and London, that's where all the work is. So I was up and down to London, The pay's not great as an extra, by the way, but you do get looked after in some respects. You like food on site, catering on site. So, but the important thing is when I started doing extra work is that you can actually see what's going on set, and you can get the etiquette of working on set and being on camera and being told when to action, when to finish. And one thing, and one rule you do as an extra, and I was doing it in Emmerdale, Corrie. What else was doing? Father Brown. There's a couple of films I did, a couple of stuff in London I did, Holby City I did a lot of stuff, to be fair, in Manchester and London, a few films as extras really. That's all. I did the Bronte Sisters, where you get dressed up in period costume with the bit where, I became old, the makeup was great. The top hat, that was good.
Wow.
That was up in York, actually. I did that in York, but that was all of us, to be fair. It was a good bunch of us, and we all got dressed up, and it was really good. And I was a London gent, but I'll just come back to that bit. The extra one was really good because they said, "Can you be the London gent?" So there's a part of York that looks like Victorian England, and when we started shooting, I was at one start of they call it the Mumbles, I think they call it. By a church, and you're walking up and down and being in just like Victorian as they're walking down. And I became this London gent with a walking stick, and I just paraded down, went into character straight away, and they went towards the end. They went, "Could you just do that bit again? It's really good." And but I'm not the actor. I'm the extra. I'm not part of the cast, unless you. So that was a really and do that take again. Can you do that take again?
Yeah, if they're enjoying it, and that makes you feel a little bit better as well, won't it? You won't feel like just an extra. You'll feel like part of everyone then.
Well, it was, and that was all part of the thing that I really enjoyed. That started off can you become the gent? Can you? And I was really like, yes, I'm the gent, and I just went with my cane and bag and the hat and the suit, and I just went, yes, I am. Get out of my way. And the beggar comes up to you, and just look at him, and you just carry on. So that was that sort of acting. So I did that. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That part. There was just extra part, but you're not paying a lot of money, by the way. You'll get a bit of extra money. They take a cut out of it.
Yeah.
The agencies take a bit of it. I mean, there's
some
really good agencies.
Do they find the work for you? And
they've got a lot of connections with production companies and projects that go on, and they want extras for this, and it doesn't mean you're going to get an extra. You send the headshots go in, and we'll go on to headshots later.
Yeah.
The headshots as an extra go in. They like you, get him in, get her in. And then there could be 20 of you on set, really, doing different things. But it's good that you get costumed up if it's a period drama, or you could do a 40s drama. You get that old hat and you get makeup on. It's great having makeup. I like having blusher and lipstick and all that. We won't go there.
Oh no! What's next? Then you're going to be on RuPaul, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I fancy that. But yeah, so that started the extra with me, and that was the thing with me. And I thought, I like this. This is really good.
Yeah.
And that's what you need to have, that grounding before you do drama school, before you do any sort of work. That you see what goes on set. You see that you speak, and what you do on extra. Don't go and speak to the actor. Don't go up to Gary Oldman and say, "All right, mate, are you keeping it really good?" Or Jonathan, the High Scepter in Game of Thrones. I met him, Jonathan Pryce, and I wrote his name down there. And Mark Williams from the Fast Shows and Father Brown. You just don't, etiquette is you don't go up to any of the actors and stuff.
Do they talk to you, or are they in the zone?
Let them talk to you, but just be careful, because the first AD and the runners and all that and production will be watching what you're doing. So if you come a bit of an extra who goes, a fan who goes, "Hello, are you all right? Yeah, I love you. I love you in films. And can I have your autograph? Can I have a photograph?"
Yeah.
And then I've seen that go, and I go, "Don't do that."
Have you ever wanted to really? Has there ever been someone you've saw and been like? So have you seen Gary Oldman with? Yeah,
I have. Yeah. He's a nice bloke. There's a couple of them that I've met, and I can't remember the names. But they come and speak to you and chat to you. I think I did cold feet at I did an episode of Cold Feet at Old Trafford at Manchester, and I left it 6:05 in the morning. Got up to Manchester at Old Trafford. We were Manchester United fans with the Cold Feet cast and the Irish, but he wasn't the best, to be fair, chatting. But some of the characters were really good. But we filmed at Old Trafford, which I know very well. It was great. We spent all day in the pub, singing and dancing and cheering and all that. So that was a lovely day out. and the paparazzi outside knew what was going on. So that was the great thing to do. But
does it become that? Does it just become like a nice day out with everyone, especially when you're really involved with everyone and you go somewhere new, like going to York? Just a nice day out with the cast and doing what you want to do. Yeah,
it is, because it's exciting and you're with everybody and you got to get your costume. Please come to costume. Yeah, can you do that? Please watch. Sometimes you have to. That was a period drama. That was good. That was, because you spent a lot of time with each other and you go in you've got the times and then to get in the minibus, get onto set quickly enough. What you're going to be doing, and that it becomes the norm then. What you're doing, and that's where you get into that. And when you become an actor, you go on set. That you go then you become that disciplined.
Yeah.
And I always found, and I say this to anybody watching this, if you become an extra, please be professional on set. Please, because one thing will happen is it gets back to someone. So, for example, there's a great agency in Derby, Anne Sweeting, who runs Celex, fantastic lady, fantastic agent, one of the best agencies in the Midlands.
Yeah.
It gets back to her,
how you've been.
Have gone right. Yeah, the reputation gets back. Yeah. You won't be on. You won't be going on it again. You won't be invited on again. Yeah. So the important thing is etiquette, and learn and watch what's going on set. Yeah. Watch the actors, what they're doing. Because I stood there sometimes in the chair, just watch them, and then you can see so many takes that goes on. You watch them, and then you're involved anyway. So, but that's all you do, and then as soon as they say action, shut up. Yeah. Don't start. Yeah. I was on Coronation Street where we were in the background in the cafe. I think it was the cafe. I think it was, or one of the doctor's surgeries. And there was I sat back, but it was an early start, actually, very early start in the morning. But two of the people I was with couldn't stop talking.
Oh, really?
I can hear you talking in there. It's embarrassing for you, really.
Yeah.
So I just thought, I'm going to get through this shoot now, just do it and get it over and done with, and then just no.
Is it a whole day thing then? Is it? Does it usually? How long does a whole day take? Like, what part would you get shot in a day? Do you get much done, or does it depend on what's everyone else as well?
Depends on what's been filmed, if you're going to be used or not. I mean, Coronation Street, it was, I'm trying to remember now. What was it now? It was you're in the cafe as mingling as you talk to someone else. So so you could spend all day in that cafe where it's been. And there's people are coming in and having, acting out their scenes. And you're in the background in the bistro going, oh. And you don't talk, you just mime, and then you become. And then that's what you become a mime artist, and they go action. When you do action, then when they go, okay, that's a rap, or they'll go, okay, and then you go, and you just that's Coronation. In Emmerdale, I did Emmerdale where I played a doctor on set. So you beat Rona. I mean, everybody's Emmerdale fans, aren't they? I met Rona and Paddy. I become one of the doctors on an adoption panel. But I got suited and booted, so I really did look the part as a doctor. And if you look the part, it comes better in TV then.
Yeah. Do you feel a bit even more involved as well then when you look like a...
Yeah, you do. And then you become serious. I mean, that's one thing about acting, is that you just adapt very quickly, and you become that person, you become that doctor, and that you become and you become stern and look the doctor part. It's great. It's about that, and I think you've got that look, if you have, and everybody's got a different look, haven't they? Everybody's different, and you can look the part with the clothing. It's even better. So they've been really good, actually. They've been good, but it's about being professional. If you're professional in your job, don't go on, go and do it in television or in theatre, and become professional as well. And I think you just take that on board. Problem is, when you're younger, when you, like you say, if you're starstruck, hard work. You can shake hands with the stars and become, but you just have to bite. You just have to be careful. You just got to be careful and get permission. Or if they come up to you and start talking to you over a cup of tea or a coffee, then great. Even that usually extras and supporting artists, as we're called, were shoved into a bus, for example, and then we all keep ourselves to ourselves, and then you can see them and speak to them. I've spoken to one or two actors about their work and stuff like that, drama school. If you get that chance, then get it. Just try and be careful how you do it, and when pick and choose your time. So that's my extra work and how I started off, really. In a very short space. I was doing a lot of extra work because you can get paid. And then I thought, I fancy that. And then I started doing a lot of voice acting, a lot of voice work, because I do different voices and do silly.
Yeah.
I like mimicking and accents. I like doing that. And in the job, I was doing lots of it, to be fair, silly. I was the mad immigration officer for a long time. I know it's not being professional, but at Heathrow, we were all crazy when we worked at Heathrow Terminal 3. Yeah. It was a mad. So that's how I started.
Yeah. Really. With the agencies, obviously you have you were saying that you've got to do well on set and that word gets around. If the production sees that you're doing really well, could they come to you personally and say, do you want to do it again? Or will they always go through an agency? Like, will there be a time where you won't need an agent and they will keep getting hold of you?
With extras, what you can do, you can have walk-on parts where you get paid actually. And I get repeat fees now for walk-on parts where Father Brown, a few of the things I've done, BBC Doctors I've done in the Midlands. Yeah. Filmed in the Midlands. But they give you walk-ons where you have 1-2 lines. I think in Father Brown, I played somebody who beat up his missus, been arrested by the police in down there. So I did that all day. And Mark Williams there is great. And if you know Mark Williams, he's a very famous actor. He plays Father Brown. He's the detective. He's done loads of stuff. He's done the Fast Show. From the
I'm good with faces. Names, I'm not so good.
Good. So
faces.
He was in it. He was brilliant. And then I knew. And also, I don't know if you watched Shameless. The policeman that arrested me is in Shameless. Do you remember Shameless?
I've seen it on there, but I've not really ever watched it again.
Funny. Again, the guy who wrote that is in Brassic. He wrote Brassic. Have you watched Brassic on Sky One? No. Yeah, watch it. It's great. Brassic's great.
I've heard all of these things, but my mum, if my mum watches this, she'll be like, "Oh, I know that one." She'll know.
Danny Brocklehurst did Brassic, and Steve Avett is in it. So so you can get walk-on parts, and if you're very lucky on set, they might ask you to come on and do one line maybe. Yeah. But it's very, 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 very rare that you get that. I've been asked to do by an extra agency for got a part pack, and you do this and this, and you send your show reel in. And they'll choose you on the basis of your show reel that you've got.
Oh yeah, okay. So what you've been in.
So I've got a show reel. So
you have to keep that all logged together and what you've been doing and send it to them.
Yeah, and scenes as well. That show reel is like your virtual CV as an actor.
Yeah.
Same with your headshot. So if you send that show, you can and you can get a walk-on part, and that's
It's quite a big, obviously, a big leap from working in your airport and then wanting a part-time job and it being acting. Did you feel like you were quite confident before that then, that you could just go and do it? Or because like some people would, if they would needed extra money, they'd go and work, I don't know, somewhere else. They wouldn't think, I'm going to go be an actor. And you've managed and you've stuck to it and got good parts by the sounds of it.
Yeah, I've stuck to it. I enjoyed it and I got used to it. Yeah. And then and get good relationship with the agency. The agency in Birmingham, I've got a good relationship with Anne. So I've got my cat chasing a fly. Hold on. Come on. Come on, out. There
we go.
So I've got a good relationship with that agency in Birmingham because in Birmingham, you remember not Birmingham, but we've got Peaky Blinders up here, but there's not much going on. Yeah. Up here when you've got to compare up to the north, Liverpool and Manchester and London.
Yeah, where quite a lot of things happen.
It is, and it was really good, and I kept that relationship, and that's good. Yeah. That's if you get a name and if you get a good reputation, and social media, as you know, becomes. Yeah. I do interact on social media quite well. So that's really what I've done, and I've kept it going, and I'm still doing it. But I'm not on the front line of work now so much. I'm more on the other side of border force work. So this means that I can focus more on this.
Yeah. Do you remember what your first ever part was in anything, like when you first got it? And what was it? What was your first? So acting. What was your what was the first thing you'd done?
Father Brown I did with being a man who basically abused his missus and got arrested. That was great. Yeah. Doctors I've done panel on there, and a guy in there actually very, very good. He's on big parts now. I work with, I can't remember his name now, Abdul Kasif, I think, but he's done loads of stuff and did a on a panel there on Doctors. What else have I done on? I'm just trying to think now. I did Shakespeare in Hathaway, where I was somebody that lost it was in a clairvoyant scene where I'd lost somebody I'd loved, and they were coming out to deal with that. It was at Shakespeare. That was filmed at Stratford.
Oh, okay,
Shakespeare,
of course,
Shakespeare and Hathaway, they're TV detectives actually. Do you remember the guy who went, the advert went, computer says no?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So there's been a couple of parts really when I felt I've just adapted really and just been on set and been given the script.
Have you got better the more you've done it? Like you would usually, like from your first ever extra or part to now?
I've just adapted properly, and I think I'm good at it, and I've got to be confident about it. But also about the professionalism and adapting to the part, adapting to the character is important, and that's what I've done. For example, and so those TV roles have been great. I mean, the biggest thing I've done so far is I played an SS officer in The Angel of Auschwitz. So I did that last year, and that came out on DVD, and I've done The Escape to Auschwitz since then on a green screen. I know these are. But The Angel of Auschwitz, I played an SS officer for that, and I love this. That's something. Not that I want to be a Nazi guard. I enjoy it, but it was great. I was with the great. I was with Nolene Comiskey, who's a great actress, by the way. She's the heroine in this. She's the Polish girl working in Auschwitz who saved lots of women in that.
I suppose it's being quite a deep subject as well, and being so involved with it. That's why it's so good, not like for the negative reasons, but being something that's really important.
Well, it is important, and also as well, I had to use an accent as well, so I had to get a German accent coach. So that was really good. But I love accents anyway. I was going, what is this? I can't remember my lines now. I'm trying to think now. I go, you help his pigs, right? I think so, but you do so many takes with that, and and it's good, and it was great, and it's quite gripping, this scene. I really enjoyed it, and I get it came out on DVD. It was in Asda and stuff. But again, it's just another big scene for me, and a big part for me. Again, you've got to take these small parts. This is the thing in acting now. You know, it's not a short game; it's a long game. I'm just trying to get small parts and try and go from there, and then it progresses really, and you've got to make a relate. Is
it a lot of studying? Is there, like you say, you had obviously a German speech person helping you to get that voice. Is there other bits of studying that I have to do as well
during the
do at home maybe?
Going back to training, because training is massively important. Not the fact that you just become an actor straight away, but I went down to London Drama School and did a year down there actually, but when I wasn't working. All right. So I then took the opportunity to go down to London and study down there for a bit down in London, film school down there. So I did a year back and forth. Train, morning, weekends, back, learning all different parts of acting, doing different. And then we did a showcase at RADA. RADA's the best. It's the place where all the greats have trained. Benedict Cumberbatch, all of them all trained there. So that was a great thing to do, RADA. And so I did that. But then you're still learning. You're still coming back to sort of like trying to get parts then, and try and just get. You in some respects you're still a child really. You are then just trying to get one line, get two lines, and then just build it up. Try and build your reputation, and then I came back and I got a show reel done straight away, and I got my headshots done. Because headshots and show reel are massive.
So what's a headshot then? What is that? Just you being in it?
Headshots where you go to your photographer who does headshots, acting headshots. I saw Tony Blake in Chester. Tony's done loads of. He's Sean Bean's photographer, by the way. He is.
Oh yeah.
Sean Bean takes him on site everywhere, and he's done a few of the game. A lot of people in the North, shameless actors and actresses. He's done Game of Thrones. Don't know if you've watched Game. Have you watched?
I've watched Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Sean Bean's wife in it. I don't know what her name is. She's great. She's in Gangs of London. So he took her headshots. So Tony Blake did my headshots down there, and you've got different. He'll photograph. He does some brilliant stuff. I don't know if you've seen mine, but he does some really good headshots. And what you do with these is, this is a good thing about if you get an agent, you need an agent in this business. Is to then that goes off to where casting comes out, and they'll send these briefs out with a headshot. It's only a small thumbnail. They'll flick through loads of actors and headshots. He's good. No. And the headshots are massively important. I didn't realise they're going to. I just a photograph of you.
Yeah. Is that to kind of fit the character they're after?
Yeah.
Right.
More or less. But you've got. Remember, you're with hundreds of actors and different. It's different for me age-wise. Different for you. Jack, because you're being a different age group to me, so you'll be more of you than me. I know that. But they're thumbnails. They're only thumbnails, but they'll go, oh, like that. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, get him in. Have a look at his. Let's look at him. So headshots are massive. I'm doing some new headshots now soon with Rory Lewis, who's done. Oh God, he's done Captain Picard. He's done William Shatner from Captain Kirk. Done some massive headshots. So I'm doing with him next month. So that's going to be brilliant, because that's going to be that. Rory Lewis is doing the Rich and Fame. He did Dame Judi Dench about 3 weeks ago, or more than that, 3 months ago. Yeah. He's done some brilliant stuff. He did Stephen Graham. I don't know if you know Stephen Graham. He's Scouse actor. He's in The Virtues. He did Little Boy Blue.
Is he he's not a bald bloke, is he? Is he?
He's not, I would say bald. He's got hair, bless him. But he's a Scouser.
He's not been. Has he been in This Is England? Is it him?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's quality.
He's top class.
Yeah.
But the thing with Stephen, I used to meet Stephen coming off the last flight, the New York flight, with his hat on every Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
He was filming Boardwalk Empire in America at the time in New York, so he was coming off the flight, and I used to go, all right, Stephen, lads, how are you? You all right? And I wasn't an actor then. I was just chatting to him all the time. All right, Pat, how's it going on? And we used to have a good banter with each other. And I haven't seen him since, but I've always tweeted and said, like, I remember you do you remember meeting each other? And he does. But I'd love to work with him. He's another actor.
He's brilliant. He is real good. Do you keep in contact with, like, some of the actors that you might have worked with on set that you might really have got on well with?
No, I don't, to be fair. I don't. I know only Comiska did, but to be fair, these are all ahead of the game than me, and all I try and do from them is to get as much advice as possible. That's why I try and extract as much advice from them as I can. Yeah. I was on a Zoom meeting with, I don't know if you watch Homeland. David Hare was a black actor. He got a documentary. He just got a BAFTA nomination today. He's in America doing stuff. He did Superman. He did Homeland. Yeah, I did a Zoom meeting with him. Yeah, he used to live by me down in Birmingham. So, but he ended up. He's big. He's massive, and I'm trying to get advice from him. I had to move forward, stuff like that. So any of the actors that I come across now, I ask for advice as much as I can, and then then research into their background and their journey so far. Yeah, that's what I try and do. So I'm all the time trying to extract.
Yeah, and I suppose that's how you're going to get there, where you want to be, isn't it? You have to really dig into it and put it.
It's all a journey, to be fair. And again, in this game, you have to connect with as many casting directors as you can. I mean, I think I've got a list here of casting directors that you have to. These are casting directors, and you have to go.
Okay.
You have to go through all these are people big in the game. I think, for example, Andy Pryor does the Doctor Who. Peter Hunt, Hollyoaks, Kelly Hendry does Broadchurch and Bulletproof. Victor Jenkins, I spoke to today. He's done Humans Unforgotten. Shaheen Beg does Peaky Blinders. These are all casting directors. Right. And Dan Hubbard, I know, did Devils, Hellboy, and Black 47. These are the people that you really have to connect with. And I do a lot of this I do on Twitter, to be fair. They follow me and I follow them. They'll follow you if they will, but some of them don't. They try and then you have to email them like every actor does. Yeah. Send your show reel, send your headshot. And most the important thing as an actor is that you have an agent. I've got an agent. I've had before lockdown, I got another agent in London now, so they act on my behalf. But I've always got the work myself, actually. But the agent is massive. In this game, if you haven't got an agent, it's difficult. Yeah, massively. Yeah. So.
Do you find that you watch a lot of TV or films to also get kind of advice that you might not get from the person and watch them on the telly?
Yeah, or choose your favourite actors. I mean, mine's Denzel Washington, I think. Yeah. And Ian Holm actually just died yesterday, bless him. He was in The Hobbit.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings.
Class actor. And watch how he is, and who else now? I'm just trying to find a Welsh actor who's brilliant. He was in Silence of the Lambs. Anthony Hopkins. Watch him. He's done loads of stuff. He's
name rings a bell.
But you can watch all these actors. Watch them. but remember, it's you that's going to react and respond, and how we're all different. You've got to remember that. So it's yes, what theatre, especially go to as many theatre performances, go to, and then and with lockdown, there's loads on YouTube now with Frankenstein, and I think one or two were on there. So just watch as much as you can, take in as much as you can as you do. And there's Ross Grant in Manchester does act on this, and he's got Daniel Mays on next week. Daniel Mays, you watched him?
I don't know.
Line of Duty.
Oh yeah, okay. I know.
He's on there next week, and you can give him questions. And casting directors are on. Ross gets on. All the other actors have been brilliant. Dave Hare was on recently. I spoke to him. So he gets you on it. You can look how they work, how they are, what's their journey.
Yeah.
So
Do you ever, as well, like, because obviously being an extra yourself, watching one of a TV series or something like that, if you're watching it and you're not in it, do you ever look at the extra and think that you could be there and you could do that?
In what way?
Or pick out them. So you were saying in the cafe you was on about, and sometimes, or in the hospital, you said two people were having a little bit of a laugh or a giggle and they might have got rid of them. Do you ever pick up stuff like that you can see when watching the telly that they're messing?
I don't watch, to be fair, I don't watch so much of the extras anymore. Gotta be honest, I don't. I think I bypassed that now. I mean, that's just don't. I mean, I watch the actors now more than anything, how they respond, how they're being directed, how they're responding. I think all it is now with acting is listening and responding, to what they're saying and how it is. I mean, that's what I watch for now. Yeah.
Have you saw yourself in it? Have you watched it and saw yourself and then thought, that's good?
Possibly. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, definitely. It's hard, that is, though, because you don't know how you're going to be when you get into that job. But again, it's getting that. I mean, I did an audition for Unforgotten 4 last year in November. But the problem is when you get that, if you're in the audition room with the director, I mean, I went through the writer on Twitter, which bypassed the casting director, Victor Jenkins, and Chris Lang, who wrote Unforgotten. Sanjeev Bhaskar, it's a detective drama. So it's been on. It's really very good. It's ITV anyway. But I went for the audition last November. But when I saw the part, I went, this is going to be a Cockney geezer. All right, mate, how you doing? He goes on the scrapyard, sees his brother. All right, son, how you doing? You all right? But I couldn't do that because you have to be, if you can, natural RP is important, meaning I'm from Birmingham and I speak like this.
Yeah.
But I could have done, but I think they were looking for a London actor who finds...
easy.
Yeah, talks. And that for that scene especially, I knew that. When I read the script and I went, I know where this is set. This is set in central London, scrapyard, blah, 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 blah. And I went, but you do the audition anyway. You do the best you can. Yeah. And if they remember you for next time, because the producer said to me at the start in the audition room, he went, "You from Birmingham?" I went, "Yeah, I am." And I went, soon my head, I went, "Oh, yeah, this is, and you can't go, "Yeah, mate." Oh no, mate. Best is not to lie and be honest. Just be honest. And I've got to be in my bonnet about natural RP at the moment, trying to figure out, do we use an accent? Do we not use an accent? I'm good at accents. I am.
Yeah, you sound like you're good at accents as well.
I love accents. I mean, north of Ireland, London, Newcastle, Liverpool, Manchester. I'm brilliant. I love it.
Yeah.
It's employing that accent when you need to. And
is that hard? Is it hard to play a different accent for quite a while? Is it not?
To be fair, it is. Sometimes they get the actors in from Newcastle, Liverpool, Manchester, Scotland, North of Ireland. But I've seen a lot of London actors. Christopher Eccleston played a North of Ireland character, and I thought that accent's poor. And I know people from Northern Ireland. For example, Northern Ireland, you go, "How you doing? How's it going? I'm all right. I told you tomorrow night." "Oh yeah, Jud, I don't understand what you're going to tell me now. Don't you start on me." Stuff like that. I just adapt naturally to an accent, and I love it. Yeah. I love playing up. Again, going back to Heathrow days, meeting different people from different countries. I used to mimic what they used to say to me. For example, in Australia, you go, I said, "Hello, mate. All right, mate. Why are you here?" And they used to go, "Australian." They go, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not actually." No. And then I used to just adapt and just be silly and just different.
So you've always been able to do the accents, then? It's not.
I have. No, it's natural. Yeah. But you do. This is the one thing you do need. Some people have an accent coach and they go to accent lessons.
Yeah.
But I might look at that because there's different dialects to accents and there's different in Scotland. There's different ways to say it. In Liverpool, Manchester, there's different. You know, all right, mate. Am I all right? Yeah. Sweet. You know, I know.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the problem with Coronation Street in Emmerdale. Emmerdale's based in Leeds, Yorkshire.
Yeah.
And Corrie is more or less Manchester. It's northern show.
Yeah.
So, but I've done some. I know the casting directors for Emmerdale and Corrie. I do know them very well. They do know where I am, and that's the thing, you see. So if they need a Birmingham actor, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But if you're Manchester, you go, all right, mate, yeah, I'm on top man, love it, yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Would you prefer to be a part doing an accent or?
Yeah, I'd love that. I would. I said, Patrick, can you do North of Ireland? Irish is definitely fantastic. I didn't know there's people in the blackfellas were drug dealers. You know, stuff like, you know, that's from the guard, by the way, and that's not racist in any way. Yeah. But that's a part, you know, how you going? You're all right. It's cool. I'm all right. Do you know what the big cracker that fell down the road?
That's so fun.
You can do that.
Yeah.
And aside to that, what you have to do is act. A lot of people have got day jobs. Don't get me wrong. When I'm doing a lot of corporate role play, so I work a lot in hospitals now, Derby, up in Leicester, all different hospitals where I do corporate role play. So I play a patient with different characters. It's got a story or a character to it. So I do loads of that work now as well. Massive. You know, with doctors for their exams. So I do, you know, for example, in Derby, I've got an experience of depression, but, you know, I've done a lot of depression, anxiety, up in Derby, so you'll be in a room, you'll be given a script, and or you'll be given a story. And you adapt to that story. Yeah. And I think I've done a lot of work with George Eliot in Nuneaton, where I do a lot of palliative care, which is the toughest role yet, actually. And I think this builds to later on. And I was hesitant to do this, to be fair, but this is a role where they come and tell you that, you know, that you're dying, basically. You haven't got long to live. Yeah. How are you, and how you got arrangements, and that's when I first did that role, I thought that's hard. Yeah. And even the doctors found it difficult as well. But that's ongoing now, is with George Eliot, and I've just adapted to that now. Yeah. What do they do with the sets, like, and people around? So, if you're to use like a few houses or a pub, for example, is that a real place you can use? People actually go. Like, imagine if you was doing a set in a pub. Is that a real pub people can go to? Yeah. No. Well, it is a real pub, and I mean, all the crew go in there anyway, and they'll do filming in there, set all the sound up, sets everything all up, and you just become, you're very lucky to get that, to be fair. That's BBC and ITV and big major projects with big budgets. But the one I did with Angel of Auschwitz, he's very good down there. Yeah. Cobra Films are very good down there. They'll just do a warehouse, and they'll adapt it to be a house in Poland during the war. Oh, okay. Yeah. Or they'll do a green screen where it's green screen, but they can
something put on. What's it like working with a green screen? Is it because you can't see what's going on? Can you just see the green?
You see the green, and I've just seen the finished product. I think the film came out during lockdown. I saw it and saw my scenes in it. Took my scenes from it. That's what I do, really. And I thought that's really good. Yeah.
So I imagine that's quite difficult, not seeing what's actually there.
Yeah, you just have to adapt. You just have to adapt and be taught, and you're directed then by the director. Yeah. Listen to cues. Listen to why he's telling you, and then you do it.
Yeah. So. Do you get people on the outside? Because I always remember, I think maybe I went somewhere with my mum and dad, and we went to where Emmerdale might have been filmed, and there was people acting there. So do you get many people stop to look at the whole thing going on?
No.
We stopped and had a look at them doing it.
You can. I think there's a. That was
a long time ago, though.
Yeah, you won't get that now. I think there's a centre where tourists can go for Emmerdale. I don't think they'll let you on set now. And when I did Emmerdale, it was being filmed in a council building. I think it was in Leeds somewhere. So they find different places to film, and you go there. Yeah. And it's filmed in there. So but you won't. I don't think now with everything that's going on security-wise and coronavirus, COVID-19, that you'll get that now.
Oh no, of course, yeah.
It just isn't going to happen.
Yeah. One of the things that one of my favourite things for like the maybe the film industry more is the outtakes. Do you get many sort of outtake things happen where you just go completely off and?
No, not really. In what way?
You know, maybe not filmed, but you know where, say, if you're acting and you're talking to somebody and then you forget what you're meant to be saying, so you just make up something random and then you have a laugh and then you take it again.
You do, yeah. If you mess up your line, for example, or you mess up what you think, I've done that.
Yeah.
And you just have to just go again. If I like to get on second take anyway, so that's better. Yeah, not just get your lines correct, get your way you're going to approach yourself, for example. Yeah, and it's the how can I say? It's the when you're bringing your line in, bringing the action as well.
Yeah.
So for example,
give yourself one line to get that in, and then start again on the second take.
Well, the Angel of Auschwitz, when I picked up the piece of paper, I spoke to her and went, under 15 different names, you hate these pigs. And you have to really have the piece of paper and you're speaking to her about it and say, what's this? What are you doing?
Yeah.
And you have to then become intimidatingly nasty.
Yeah.
And get really nasty. What's this? Mm-hmm. What are you doing with it? So you have to then bring in the action and it looks very...
Yeah. Facial expressions as well, quite important, I guess.
Yeah. Hatred.
Would you get taught all that stuff at the drama thing? No, just...
You know what? I think any youngsters watching this, drama school is good. You can't... I'm coming late into the game here, but what I'm bringing into it is life experience and then carrying on training. Drama school's great. Yeah. It's 30 grand. It's a lot of money. And you'll see that, Stephen Graham did drama school. I think he didn't finish it. He went to Bros Brew for one of the best ones. But he came out of it, I think he actually got expelled, bless him. Because he's a bit of a tearaway. That's common knowledge because he's a bit of a tearaway, Stephen. But he's good though. But he's good. And he's battled his way back up and he's with Shane Meadows. I know you're going back Made in England. That's Shane Meadows, by the way. He's the best virtues. But he do drama school. You definitely, but they won't teach you in drama school is TV acting. You then have to go and get that done. Have that separately. So there's loads of people doing TV acting and different directors out there all doing. And you get these classes that you go to. I've done a few in London. It's one in Birmingham. I think not many in Birmingham do. I think there's Mickey, one of the key fellow by Mickey Keogh. There's just one, and there's a great theatre. Tracy Street does some theatre dramas, which I've done some work with her. Tracy Street in Birmingham, which is good. But most of it's done in London. Yeah. Classes are done in London and a lot of in Manchester, London. They're just training classes. And you get, if you see one with a casting director who's a big one, like Shaheen Beg who does Peaky Blinders, massive. Yeah. Try and get in with her doing the classes so she can remember you. But they, remember this all costs. These aren't free, by the way.
No, of course.
These are about, sometimes they're 60 to 70, 80 quid a time for a morning or afternoon session. So you're having to pay and keep that day job. So, but training's massive and it's massive. And you've got, again, it teaches you what to do. And being on set is a great training anyway, isn't it?
Oh, well, it's it. You can't get better experience than actually doing it.
No, it's a great experience, to be fair. It really is.
Do you think having accents is a massive bonus to you as well? Being able to do them?
Well, one thing you need to be as an actor is be on Spotlight, because all the big actors in the UK and US and whatever are on Spotlight. And to get Spotlight, you need 4 professional credits, because without Spotlight, you can't get an agent. And without Spotlight, you can't actually go on anywhere. And I'm on Spotlight. You've got to build up your credits on there. And on Spotlight, you pay for it, by the way. Another thing you pay for. But also as well, you build up your credits on there. So everything you do, you put on there. You put on your accents. You say, what can you do? Can you do show jumping? Can you ballroom dance? Different things that people can do. For example, I've got the job I do. You put the day job on there. What skills are applied to that role? They might see that. But the problem is going to be with my job is that if I do the same job in a film, there could be a conflict of interest, and you have to get permission. I work for the Home Office for the government still. I'd have to get permission to do that, and you have to declare you're an actor as well in my job.
Wow!
You have to tell them. So if you don't tell them, they get it's bad.
No,
be honest. Be honest as you can.
Yeah, always be honest. That's it.
They're called mandatory declarations. They're called so.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Is there much travelling that goes on with acting, or like have you done most of your stuff in England, Scotland, and in the UK?
UK mainly.
Yeah.
I mean the US. You won't. I mean with COVID-19 now as well, they changed. I think it's going to be real change. I don't know if there'll be many people on set now.
No.
You got like hundreds of people on set now.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to do that social distancing and with masks and stuff? I spoke to a film director during lockdown, Aileen Walsh. She did Elizabeth's Missing with Glenda Jackson. She's got BAFTA nominated.
Yeah.
Great film director. Ethan Hawke. She knows him very well. She's got some projects in Canada doing very well. I'm trying to get him with her, by the way. Not trying to get him, but get on her radar. As a one part. Hello, how you doing? That's what I'd like.
Yeah.
Build up. So she says, I don't know how it's all going to work. So it's going to be interesting moving forward on that.
Yeah. What are you looking for moving forward? Obviously, it's been 4 years since you first started, and you've got to here. What do you think for the next 4 years, or where would you like to be trying to get to?
You know what? I wish now I was. If I'd started, the thing is, you can't look back, can you? If I started 10 years ago,
wish you started when you were younger, because you just can't. So you might as well just.
And you can't go on. But I mean, I wished I was in Game of Thrones 5 years ago. Do you know what I mean? Or 6 years ago, I'd started as all the big some youngsters. I mean, Nina Gold, who cast that, she cast unknowns in that. Unknowns from auditions that she'd seen. They weren't big stars. Some of the big stars, but some of the unknowns have become huge now, haven't they? Become massive. Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see what the future holds, because we're in this new environment now. I just hope that we get a vaccine, we get back to normal again.
It doesn't affect it too much in the long run. Anyway,
it's going to affect the industry massively. Theatre not going to happen for a bit. Film, TV.
Have you ever thought of doing like theatre work, like on stage?
Yeah, I've done some theatre. I played in IRA Man not so long back.
Yeah.
Again, that was a North of Ireland accent, and that was good. Mm-hmm. You know, I've done some bit of work, but we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see with theatre, because I'd like to do theatre. I'd love to do stuff like Love to, and I still will want to.
Get into musicals.
No. Musical theatre, not for me, mate. No way. That's a no for me. I can't sing, and I'd have to be trying singing. But I don't mind singing. I don't mind. I shouldn't put it off, but
it's not where you want to go.
No, it's not a style of work that I like to do, to be fair. I'm more adapted to TV and film, I think so, but you never know.
No, that's it. And hopefully in the next years.
They're two different. And by the way, going back to theatre and TV are two different disciplines. They really are. They're two different disciplines. And it's hard because if you do TV acting in theatre, you're shouting, you're more or less raising the volume, aren't you? Yeah. In TV, if you go and start raising the volume on there, you'll be told to just...
Yeah, that's it. You don't want to keep switching between both, and you'll get a bit lost in the system, won't you?
You go, what did you say? Can you just speak up? They go, no. Just calm that down to there, please. Theatre, straight up. That's the difference, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Obviously, you've watched TV series and films. Do you have like a personal favourite TV or film that
I've been watching lately? I've been watching lately on Sky Atlantic Das Boot 2. I mean, that's a German.
Oh, okay.
That's a German. I saw the first one. I saw the film Das Boot, about the U-boat commander. I don't know if you saw that years ago. Das Boot. And then I saw the first series, and I saw the second. I've just finished it now. I binged on it massively. Everyone binges on Netflix and Amazon, don't they? Yeah. Once you see one, I don't know what happens. You then go, next one. What? No more. No. And it's like, Chris, now. What shall I watch now? Yeah. So that I don't know what they do, but it brings you, it drags you more.
Draws you in, yeah. I like that. I like a TV series that does that.
Yeah.
I'm not very good with TV series, because if it takes too long, then I just won't. I'll just give up. Even if people say how good it is, I'm like, nah. Yeah, it took me 3 times to watch the first episode of Game of Thrones over.
Oh really? Oh no, I was hooked.
Yeah, and then I thought one year, I'm just going to go for it. And I watched season 1, and then all of a sudden I was like, just kept watching it and watching it.
You just get your flick, take forever. And then that's the thing, all these, I watched a film, it's an old film, even in the general climate as we're in now, To Kill a Mockingbird, where Atticus Finch, who did it at school, didn't we? But that was a great film, an old film I bought on Amazon. It's that was great. I mean, that's again a great acting by Gregory Peck in that. Brilliant, fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
do you watch lots of things that come out on through like BBC and ITV, all the series?
Yeah.
You just get on them and just see.
There's a lot of film directors that I know that have got stuff on BBC TV, and again on Twitter I try and watch it. Hustle. They call it hustling, really. There's a film director who did Eaten by Lions, and if you saw that one again, I know him very well. We spoke early in the lockdown, and he talks about you got to hustle. I know as actors, and you just got to try and muscle your way into. What are you doing next? And what about here's my show. Here's my show. Really, here's my CV, and that's all. That, I mean, So that, but see, there've been loads of stuff on BBC TV I've watched. I think everyone was hooked on. Did you watch Normal People?
No, I've seen it on there and I've seen people talking about it, but again, a TV series it's hard for me to get in. I haven't tried it. But
I got hooked on that straight away when it was on. I just kept going. It's very, very good actually. About Louise Kiley, casting in Ireland, did a great job, and they're two really good. I think she was in Daniel Blake actually. I think Ken Loach, who's the best ever. Yeah. Ken Loach. Do you remember Ken Loach who did Kess? Remember?
Yes.
When he got the kid who got the bird. It's an old suit. No, it's a brilliant. Ken Loach is he's part of my political party, and he's attached to my party, Labour. Yeah. But he's a working class director who does working class stuff, and she was in one of his films, and then she actually got an Irish accent in this one.
Yeah.
We did. Yeah. So Normal People's ace. Very, very again.
Yeah, I'll have a look. BBC. One of the things I've watched on BBC is Killing Eve.
Jodie Comer.
Yeah, so her accents, that's what kind of it reminds you. Don't obviously remind me of her, but like her accent.
Yeah, all right, mate. How are you? Yeah, I know that. I mean, you speak to her. She goes, "All right, Jodie, what's going on? I don't know."
She's unbelievable.
She's great. She's very, very good. She's very good. I haven't seen the last bit of Killing, but most of she's very, very good, Jodie, and she's a beautiful woman, very girl, very excellent actress, and she's a Scouser.
Yeah, I know. That's just why it's even more.
And then she goes back to being normal people, but she's not a Scouser in Killing Eve, is she?
No, she's Russian, and then she can be anything, and that's kind of what you just change it up, and it sounds
When you become Russian, you go, "What are you doing here?" It gets real bad with my head because it gets great bad. I'm from Russia, from Belarus, and then you become, and then you become normal. You go, "Yes, I do understand what you're saying to me." It gets partly the best way to move forward in that chain of events. Yeah.
Oh, if I could do that, I would be doing that all day, every day to my friends. I would.
And then you become a scout. So you go, "Hey, mate, no need for that. I know. Did he hit you on it? Yeah, I know. But she's great." That's funny. That's funny. You just have to interact in different, and that's it. That there's a part of acting called improvisation. So Jodie must be very good improvisation.
Yeah.
I mean, impro's great, funny. Anyway, I've done.
That's okay.
I'll ring it. I'll just message you back. So it's improvisation. It's very fun. I've done a bit of comedy. I've done a bit of comedy improv. I think that's important to actors. That you don't become the serious actor. I love comedy work. I'd love to do some comedy. I love it. Yeah. Comedy improv. I did that for about a year in Birmingham, and that's great. Where you just take one story and it flicks to another story and then to another story, and everybody that gets involved. That's fun. That is. That's fun, and it becomes stupid. Then the whole story starts from a pen. And you take that pen and it becomes to another, make the story about that pen, and then it just goes in different things. It becomes a comedy. It becomes a comedy performance. Comedy improv, very good. In Birmingham, they do a great job. Yeah, that's good.
I done a podcast last weekend. It was with a lad called Lewis Hope, who he's trying to become a comedy actor, and he's just wrote a comedy TV series for BBC and Sky. So he's they've obviously got back to him and asked him to send the script, and he's had to copyright it and everything. So he's hoping.
Yeah, it's good. It's great.
That's
brilliant. Good lad. Well done to him, because there's lots of film scripts that get submitted. I mean, Jack Thorne has just done. He's a great writer. Again, the writing's the important thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I've been watching. You won't remember this. Dad probably will, to be fair. There's a lot of 70s comedy with Steptoe and Son. There were two, and that's kept me going through lockdown.
Oh, okay.
Watching those old BBC Steptoe and Son. But the writing is the best. These two writers, they're not here anymore.
No,
they're just classic comedy.
Yeah.
Stupid, silly, different things. They applied things that happen. For example, they buy a waterbed, and suddenly he gets his girl back and have a bit of nice time on this waterbed. But his old man had put a knife through the waterbed, so he lies down and he goes mad. Where is he? Just little things like that,
Yeah,
they separate the house. Yeah, they separate the house together. They fall out. Yeah, they separate the door, half the door down the middle, and just little. I love that. Comedy writing's great.
That's exactly how Lewis was talking about his thing last week. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to bring old school silly things back. And have you ever thought about writing some or doing something like that yourself? Yeah.
I want to write about my life because of what I've gone through.
Yeah.
I think I spoke to your brother about it a few times, about childhood anger and how that's affected my life and how I've had to just get help. Because a lot of actors, you're quite right in the job I do as well, and it's quite current about mental health and depression.
Yeah, definitely.
I've had a lot of stuff like that happen to me, and it's affected my relationships. So I've got a story to tell about childhood anger and how it affected me. So I want to write something definitely to help men of my age deal with it and come to terms with it. So
I suppose experience is one of the best things you can have to write something as well, isn't it? Or
exactly.
If you've experienced something, then you're you step there already.
Well, and this is the thing about acting, about coming into the acting world at my age, is that you can bring all those life experiences that you can. Different to you and I, Jack, and other actors your age, is that I have endured bereavement. I have gone through work experiences that things have gone wrong, and life experience, bereavement, divorce, separate, I don't know, everything else. All the things that happen to you. I hope it doesn't happen to you, mate, but these are terrible things that can happen to a person as they go through life. And you can bring that into your character, bring that into the experience.
Yeah, I suppose if you get put on a set being that person, you already know how it's supposed to be if you've done it.
Well, I'm doing another showreel scene with soon with Chris Stone, by the way. He's the best of showreels, by the way. He did my show. Have you seen my showreel, Jack?
Not yet. No, you have to send it to me. And,
no, it's on Twitter. It's pinned to my Twitter thing.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Have a look at it. But I've always wanted to play a priest, so I'm doing when you showreel, you add scenes to your showreel. You get a couple of scenes and keep adding to all the time to keep it fresh. Not just scenes you do on TV and film, but just stuff that you can look at. And I've come to an idea about a priest scene.
Yeah.
The idea of mine came to mind with that scene because in Jackie with Natalie Portman, one of the President JFK is my massive interest. Yeah. But Natalie Portman plays Jackie Kennedy, and John Hurt, unfortunately, is not with us anymore. He plays the priest. I thought, that's a good scene. What I can't do is use the script and the scene because it's copyrighted, and Chris Stone goes, can't use that, Pat. So I'm going to have to adapt. I've got an actress. It's important who you use, by the way. I'm going to do a scene with that soon. Probably in the next month or two, I'm going to do that.
And where do you do that then? Do you have to go somewhere to obviously record it all yourself?
Well, no, Chris Stone is a showreel director, and his wife does stuff. He's the best in North, by the way. He does a lot of showreels. And I've gone to Chris because he did my first one. Worked with him on. I've become an actor on some of the showreels that they wanted someone in it. I've done that. Yeah. That can be dangerous because some people you work with in showreels actually go, I'm not doing that again. That's a bit of a lunatic, really. Someone trying to be a Rambo with crocodile skin boots. And I went, Rambo didn't wear them in Rambo. He was trying to be a Rambo character.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh no.
You have to go to a studio for all this to do that little piece.
No, Chris has got old houses. He's got. He uses great sets up in the north. He actually goes and looks for different areas where we can film. So he found a forest once with just trees in it. There was mine's a police scene, and we got it all taped off.
Yes.
And he films it there, and that's good, isn't it? And we filmed in the car scene, in one of my scenes, which is and the sun, I'm so lucky because the sun came down on that. It was going down, wasn't it? It was evening, and he got all the lighting right and the sunlight.
Oh, yes. Perfect.
So I'm talking to my daughter in a car.
Yeah.
You know, in a serious scene, and
and the
it,
sun's
you know,
coming in, and you got all the light right, and it just fits.
It fits in everything, and Chris is brilliant for doing that. But showreels are expensive.
Yeah.
You get students that are going to do their own, great, but if it's not professional, and go to
people
a casting
won't look
director,
at it as much.
No, they won't. And that's the thing about you hustling. If you send your showreel out, that's one way of getting in the door. They'll like it, and they'll keep it. You know.
And is that showreel on your Twitter? Is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it's on my spotlight.
So let's just let people. What's your name on Twitter for people to have a look?
Oh, JFK KPod, KPOD.
Oh yeah, KPOD. I'll write that all in at the credits anyway.
Okay.
And do you have do you use anything else to get out for people to see? Do you use like YouTube or anything like that? Have you ever?
No, I mean Vimeo and YouTube. I use. You can put your showreel on there.
Yeah.
And get that out. But it is getting out as much as you can, because a lot of casting directors and people on Twitter say, "I'm looking at lockdown's been a great opportunity to get all that stuff." To get them to have a look at what you're doing, and I've got them out. I have used it quite a bit to get my showreel out there, and they'll look and go, "Oh yeah, I love your show. We'll keep you. And you play a great gangster. We'll look at that for the future." Great, magic. And if you look at, and what I try and do, and I say to people, if you watch a series now, wait for the credits to come on. Yeah. Look at who the casting director is. Look who the director is, and then I do it straight. As soon as it's finished, I go right. Yeah, right. I'll pause the program and go write that down, and then I'll connect with the director. I'm so and so. You might be told to go away, but
you don't try.
Yeah, I'm. That's how I got. I got onto Unforgotten, audition with Unforgotten. He said, when Unforgotten 4 comes, just look out for it. I went, yeah, and he made his promise. It took me 6 months, and I got in the room.
Oh, nice. That's good. That's it. Just keep trying.
Keep pushing. Don't give up. Don't give up. You've got a dream. Don't give up on it.
No.
Don't just keep going.
And yeah. Well, so let's finish with if you were to have a dream part of being something, what would you be?
In what dream part? In what?
Like if you was so you've been a doctor before. Is there anything that you would really like to be that you haven't been yet, with a certain accent, or if you were to make your ideal character?
It would definitely have to be a father figure, or I'd have to be a priest. But a priest who's not exactly who he says he is.
Yeah, okay.
You get your kind, loving priest. I'd like to just then switch it to a different priest who's a bit sinister. Not who he thinks. He's not who he says he is. He's a kind. I'm trying to think of the word now. Venerable. Quite a loving. Cares quite a deal. I don't care.
And what accent would you give him? Is there a
I don't know, to be fair. Accent, you could become an Irish priest and be, do you know what? God loves you very well. And he does. He thinks it doesn't really.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, you just got to use your normal accent and that RP. Yeah. This is one thing that's been bugging me for a while now, and trying to get answers to. Just use your natural RP. Don't be someone you're not. Just be someone real.
Yeah.
And that's the important for me going forward. Don't change anything about you. Don't try and be somebody you're not, because it'll
go there being yourself and see what you get.
And Peaky Blinders obviously would have been great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's been going 4th series. I think it's on now. Everyone's mad about it. I've watched it a couple of times, but
I've not seen it.
No. It's Birmingham, so that's the big thing for Birmingham, wasn't it? So that would have been great. I think
definitely. Yeah,
we'll see.
No, we will see, definitely, and all the best, and I hope it all goes well for you, Pat.
Thanks, Jack. Thanks very much.
For coming
I appreciate the opportunity. Yeah, good. I hope it's going to answer some questions. Well, but just for anybody in your audience now that wants to go into it, But
that's it. You know where to go. Give Pat a message. What was your Twitter again?
JFK KPod.
There you go. JFK KPod.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, but I'm very rarely used.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Facebook.
Twitter's the one to get hold of people that you need, like say producers and whatnot. Anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, directors, actors. Yeah, we all talk. There's a community. Yeah. And Ross Grant's been act on this. He's got a community there. He's great. He's a very good, very good in the Manchester, bringing actors together, bringing casting directors in. Important.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Yeah, thanks, Jack. I'll get back to cleaning now. So thanks, mate. I've given up my time for you, mate, you bugger. So, all right.
Yeah, good luck.
All
See you
right.